Pablo couldn't move. His hands gripped the steering wheel as the thing pressed its face, or what was left of it, against the car window. No head, just a gaping neck wound, and through the torn flesh of its chest, a beating heart. And it was reaching for the door handle. Subscribers, a testimony from a family who lived through something that defies explanation. This is the story of the Hualteputzli, the night axe. Now, let's go back to where it all started. The state of Hidalgo, Mexico. The Sanchez family arrived at their new home on a humid August evening. The house stood alone, surrounded by dense forest that seemed to swallow the sunset whole. This wasn't a suburban neighborhood where you could borrow sugar from your neighbor. The nearest house was nearly a kilometer away, hidden behind thick woods and winding dirt paths. Mr. Sanchez, a man in his early 40s with calloused hands and a practical mind, stepped out of the truck and surveyed the property. His wife, Maria, gathered their 4 children close. The youngest, little Anna, was only 6 years old. "Papa, why is it so quiet here?" she asked. "That's the beauty of the countryside, peace and quiet." But Maria felt something else. As she stared into the tree line, she couldn't shake the feeling that the forest was staring back. The first week passed normally. Mr. Sanchez worked the land, the children played in the yard, never venturing too far, always within sight of the house. They had chickens, a few pigs, and a loyal dog named Canelo. It was on the 8th night that they first heard it, the unmistakable sound of an axe striking wood. It was almost midnight. Mr. Sanchez wondered who would be cutting wood at such an hour. Maria suggested it might be a neighbor, but the sound felt too close, as if it came from just beyond their land. Canelo stood rigid in the corner, hackles raised, staring at the window. The chickens screamed in their coop. The pigs thrashed violently. Mr. Sanchez shone his flashlight into the forest, but saw nothing, only shadows. The chopping continued, and it would return night after night, always after 11, always the same rhythm. When Mr. Sanchez mentioned it to a neighbor, the old man grew pale. He told him the sound did not belong to a person. It belonged to the Hualteputzli, in the old Nahuatl language, the night axe, a spirit or perhaps something older, doomed to wander the forest forever, chopping wood. And if you saw it, you didn't survive unchanged. Mr. Sanchez warned his children never to enter the forest after dark. They obeyed for years, but time passed. The forest shrank, roads appeared, electricity arrived, and the old stories faded. The chopping never did. Drunk men spoke of a headless figure chasing them through the trees, a creature with its chest torn open, its heart beating in the moonlight. Most people laughed. Those who heard the chopping did not. In 1995, Mr. Sanchez passed away peacefully. His children grew older. Their children grew up in the city, disconnected from the old warnings. Grandma Maria tried to remind them, but fear is hard to inherit. In 1999, Pablo Sanchez was 23 years old, smart, educated, skeptical. He arrived at his grandmother's house just after midnight and decided to rest in his car for a moment. That's when he heard it. The chopping was close, very close. His grandmother and aunt stepped onto the porch with flashlights, then froze. Pablo turned his head toward the driver's side window and saw it. Where a head should have been, there was only torn flesh, no blood, no face. Its chest was split open, revealing a heart that still beat, slow and deliberate. Its long arms reached for the door handle. Pablo tried to convince himself it wasn't real until it grabbed the handle. His grandmother screamed for him not to move. His aunts called the creature by name and ordered it back into the forest. The Yule Tepsit released the door. In its hand, it carried an old axe. It turned away and vanished into the trees. The chopping resumed, growing distant. Inside the house, lights blazing, Grandma Maria told him the truth. Some say the Yule Tepsit was once a man who worked himself to death. Others say it was a guardian cursed when the old gods died. Most people it only chases, but some are never found. Only their axes remain, marked with 7 notches. At dawn, Pablo found a dark smear on his car window, not blood, something thick like sap, and the smell of rotten wood and old earth. He never returned. Years passed. Pablo built a life in the city, a family, a career. But on quiet nights, when the world finally sleeps, he still hears it. Chop, chop, chop. The old house in Hidalgo still stands. Families move in, drawn by the peace. They never stay long. They hear chopping. They see a tall shape moving through the trees. Headless, heart beating, axe in hand, the Yule Tepsit never rests, and it never forgets. This account was sent to us by Pablo's daughter, who wanted her father's story to be told. She says he still wakes up sometimes, heart pounding, convinced he hears chopping outside their apartment window on the 8th floor. If you're ever in the state of Hidalgo and you find yourself near a forest after midnight, listen carefully. If the night is quiet and you hear the steady sound of an axe striking wood, don't go looking for its source. Turn back, go home, and remember the old warnings. Some things were never meant to be forgotten. If you want to hear more stories like this one, true accounts, forgotten legends, and encounters that defy explanation, make sure to subscribe to the Hidden Archive. New stories are waiting, and not all of them want to stay buried.